Hi y'all, Lee here. Back with another video. We got a 3.7-inch version of the Radiant Ramjet in the other day. So I wanted to take some time and show you how that fits on some of our XL models, or XMacro as well. The ones on the table here are different categories that we have. So we have the Spec Bentham style ones, and then you have the rail and then the reptile. The variance of the rail and the reptile doesn't matter as far as the fit, so I only pulled a couple of those, and that way you can kind of get an idea of how it looks on your build. Okay, just clarification, these combos are not compatible with the XMacro Comp or P365 DG slides. Those don't allow the barrel to come out like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and open this thing up. So just to make sure you know, the SKU is right here, so 3.7-inch Afterburner Ramjet in black. So make sure you get the correct model. There we go, there it is. Pop it out for you. Cool. Let's see, they usually come with, yep, there's the socket. So got that for you. Okay, so it's pretty much the same design as the 3.1-inch one. You have the barrel, you have the threadless lock comp at the very end, and then it's all put together by this taper pin. For those that haven't seen the 3.1-inch version yet, here we have the Spec kind of a duty style slide. I pulled everything with an RMSC shield cut just to keep things consistent. This one is the Bentham. It's very similar, just a little bit of a design difference here. Let's get some of those oils off so you can kind of take a look. All right, here we have our rail slide. It's pretty nice. Got some knurling texture on the front and back. The lighting rails, and then some nice serrations on the top. Here we have our reptile. This one's pretty, this is the C version, so it has the 2 C ports on top. This is kind of our signature thing. Let's just get a look at that. Take a side. Comes up oiled so that you get nice lubricated coating ready to go out of the box. Okay, pretty much the same as the last video. I'm just gonna kind of run through each model, checking, making sure that everything works correctly with the Ramjet combo. So I'll start with the Spec Ops. If it's your first time installing one of these things, usually you start with a slide, and then you insert the barrel from the underside. Make sure that fits in there so it's nice and free to move. Go ahead and grab your comp. Put that from the front. Just throw that on, and then it's going to be hard to tell on camera, but that does make it all the way to the locating lug of the barrel, and then you should be able to just start threading that in. I'm just going to do it by hand. Look, it's pretty cool. So it comes out a little bit further, I think, than the other version, and that comes on in. So that, there we go. There's the top, and then the right side. Cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on a frame for you. You can see. Remember to use your XL XMacro length spring. If you are transferring from something shorter, you do need to make those changes. Here I have a fuse grip from factory, so factory FCU. And pop it on. So, yep. There you go. So that's the Spec Ops with the Ramjet combo. So it does come out past the grip module. Don't think they make a fuse length one yet to do that kind of flush thing that you do with the 3.1-inch to the 3.7-inch XMacro grip. So maybe one of those things to do in the future. Yeah, here you go. Here's the Spec Ops one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the Spec Ops one. Take down lever, back. There for that. Travel. Put that out. So Bentham's up next. Very similar design. I don't think there's going to be any problems, but just a little style difference. If you like this version better, do it on the same way as I did for the other one. Okay, so I can just put that up by itself. Top. Right side. So this is the Bentham with the 3.7 inch. Okay, so the next up is the rail slide. So it's this one right here. Let's see a little better. Okay, there you go. So that's the rail slide with the ports on the side and with that Ramjet combo. There's the top and the right side. Pretty nice. I like this overhang here. It's pretty cool. So. And last but not least is our Reptile. Okay, so here we have a Reptile C, but pretty much from the sides, the Reptile does look pretty similar for the other variants. That's what that looks like. The top looks really nice. You do get some breaching here from the patterns. I mean, it's not a total showstopper, but yeah, that's the Reptile style slide with the Radian Ramjet combo for the XMacro XL link. Just kind of went through all four of those quickly just to get you an idea. Go ahead and you're welcome to like pause the video, look at certain areas. I try to get as much viewpoints for you as possible so that you can kind of get to your head around what this looks like, you know, in your final build. But I'm going to go ahead and start looking at some holsters and see how that fits together. I think last time I did this, I used a TXC, so it's Tango X-Ray Charlie holsters. I did notice that the retention from the trigger guard might not work with some of these kind of like different geometries. You see this, I think this is an Icarus, so you see how that does not really match up as far as the bottom part here. So if they retain from that, I don't know if they've changed that or updated any of the designs, so these are the ones that I have. Maybe they do, that would be great. That means you can use this with everything else here. But for now, I'm just going to use the OEM grip module so that it can sit from here, and then you can take a look at the fit. Okay. The most profound, I think, geometry of our slides is the rail. This one I've seen can get into and start chewing up some holsters if it's a really tight mold. So I'll just use this one as the example for your holster fit. I can build this one up. This is the fuse specifically, but it's the same as the XMacro grip. This is a XL XMacro holster from TXC holsters. There you go. So let's go ahead and pop that in. So as you can see, this one is definitely sticking out. That might be detrimental for some people, but also if you don't mind it coming out, then it's up to you. It's probably going to be very uncomfortable, I would imagine. So this kind of length holster is going to have something else going around here if you want to have something to protect the entire thing. This does stick out a lot. It does have room for your higher sights or optic, which is nice. So the holster is great as far as, you know, for the normal XMacro. All right, so just for fun, I'm gonna try out the normal size grip one with the same assembly. Let's go ahead and go through. It's crazy. It actually doesn't stick out as much, but it still sticks out. So it's a little bonus clip. Go ahead and put this on one of the Icarus grip modules. XMacro Icarus grip. Icarus Precision with the rail design. So you notice that the knurling is quite consistent. It's not exactly the same, but I think it's good enough. One quick thing I wanted to check out was the length between the combo on the XMacro Slide and then the actual new fuse pistol. So just wanted to verify myself to understand the lengths. XMacro combo. So they look pretty close. I would say that they're very, very equal in terms of length. Might be a little bit of tapering around the front where the comp is, but other than that, I think that is the exact same size. That's pretty much it for those that are interested in running this longer setup for the 3.7 inch. I think some of the grips and things like that, if you want to get that similar to 3.1 inch flush, muzzle flush with the grip module, you're gonna have to kind of source some different grips. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. If you have any comments, questions, feel free to reach out to us at info@norzo.com. And with that, I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time with us.